Well, hi, my friends. My name is Dave Schmidtke, and I work at Clark County Fire District 6. Now, October is Fire Safety Month, and usually every year we get in a big fire engine and we come to your school and do a show and tell. Obviously, this year we can't do that, so we thought instead, let's put together a video. Have you ever been inside a fire station? Well, if not, that's okay, because I'd like to take you on a little tour. We're going to start in the kitchen.
Hello, my name is Firefighter Smith, and we are in the kitchen. Don't know if you noticed, but we have 3 refrigerators. We have 3 cupboards because we have 3 shifts. Got our oven, coffee pot, and our stove. We're here for 24 hours, so we have to make all of our meals. And this is the kitchen table. This is where we have our meals, and this is where we get together to talk about the shift and what we have going for the day.
Hi, I'm Captain Bottomley. This is our dormitory, which is our bedroom. And so each one of us has a quarters that we have a bed in, and we have lockers in which we keep all of our personal belongings in.
Hi, I'm Fire Chief Kristen Maurer. I know you guys think that fire stations just hold firefighters, but there's also chief officers and administrators that help the department run. I'm going to take you and introduce you to the other chiefs. This is our administrative chief, Dave Schmidt.
Hi, how you doing?
He's responsible for hiring firefighters, writing policies, and just helping us with any administrative needs. This is Assistant Chief Dave Russell. He's responsible for operations at the fire district. So that means he gets the engines on the road with the right amount of people and gets us out the door fast. Let's go see if we can find the logistics chief. Oh, there he is.
Hi, Chief Maurer.
Hi, Chief Newberry. Chief Newberry is responsible for buying everything that you see around here. He helps build our facilities, purchases our fire engines, and buys all the equipment that the firefighters wear to keep them safe.
Hi, I'm Firefighter Max, and I'm in our gym where we work out. We're required to work out here an hour every day because this job can be very physically demanding. And if we ever get a call, we walk over to this door here and use our fire pole.
This is where the captain sits. This is an MDC, which is a computer that allows me to get all of the information when you call 911. So when you call 911, please give them all the information you can, because the more information you give them, the more information I can give my crew on the way to a call. It's extremely important that you give them all the detailed information you can, because I can relay this to my paramedic. When we get to a scene, a medical scene, the paramedic, a firefighter, myself will walk into the scene, and the paramedic will be one of the first individuals into the scene.
Hi, I'm firefighter paramedic Ashley, and this is our EMS cabinet. We hold a lot of medical supplies in this cabinet to bring in onto emergency scenes. That there is a heart monitor. So if you're having a heart attack, we can take a look. And now, I'll pass you off to firefighter Jeff Peterson.
Hi! So just like your parents' garage, we have all kinds of tools that we carry because you never know what we're going to go on. Like this tool here. This is our jaws of life that we might have to use in case you're in a car accident. And over here, this is Max, who you met earlier.
This is the gear that we wear when we go on a fire. When I'm wearing this, I can be in temperatures of over 500 degrees. Now I'll take you over to Firefighter Smith.
Thanks, Max. This is our pump panel, and this is what we hook up our hose to put out the fire.
While we were finishing the last shot in this video, 2 calls came in. So now the mood goes from somewhat lighthearted to all business. Now by law, we have 90 seconds or less to get out the door. This crew will make it in right around 7. Hey, who likes dragons? How about big, green, friendly dragons? Okay, well, I'd like to read you this really cool book. It's about fire safety for dragons and for kids. It's called No Dragons for Tea. One warm, sunny day at the end of last week, my mom and I went for a walk down to the creek. As I raced down the hill in my little red wagon, I veered to the left and ran right into a big green dragon. I suppose he could see that there was fear in my eyes as I jumped to my feet, quite filled with surprise. He sheepishly grinned and stepped out of the way. He seemed so polite, I asked him to play. He had a cute bear and some other toys too. With my pail and my shovel, we would have oodles to do. Well, we ran to the creek and then on to the bay where we played on the beach for the rest of the day. Summer is coming, that's great. Then Mom waved and said, it's time to go eat. Let's pack up the red wagon and head back up the street. Well, it's hard to stop playing with friends old and new, so I asked if the dragon could come to eat too. Well, Mom wrinkled her brow and squinted her eyes, looking up at the dragon's incredible size. I begged and I pleaded and said very sweet, we won't make a mess, we'll be tidy and neat. So at last she said yes, just this once, I'll agree, you may have the dragon come over for tea. Well, we had carrots and apples, thick slices of ham, with fresh homemade biscuits and strawberry jam, cold glasses of milk and a great big dill pickle, but the pepper we sprinkled sure made my nose tickle. Well, then the dragon's nose twitched and he started to squeeze. His eyes misted up and he blew a great sneeze. Now, what sound do you make when you sneeze? That's right, a big achoo. Well, we all know what happens with dragons that chew. Flames shot from his mouth and from both nostrils too. Uh-oh. Our tablecloth sparkled and burst into flame, and the curtains beside did exactly the same. The smoke alarm rang with a loud piercing sound. It meant get out fast, so I dropped to the ground. The room filled with smoke as I crawled on the floor and started to make my way to the front door. The dragon, he got scared and decided to hide, but I knew that when there's fire, we must get outside. I grabbed his thick tail and with one mighty tug, I pulled that old dragon from under the rug. She must be pretty strong. I crept down the hallway and said, follow me. I know the way out. We must meet by the tree. So Mom and the dragon and I all met there. But then, get a load of this, that silly old dragon, he went back in for his bear. We ran up and caught him and wouldn't let go. And I said, listen, dragon, here's one thing that you should know. Don't ever go back. That just will not do. We can get a new bear, but we can't replace you. Well, since the fire was burning inside of our home, Mom went to the neighbors to borrow the phone. Mom knew what to dial and said, calm and clear. Here's our full street address. Send the fire trucks here. Well, before very long down the street, they came sailing with bright red lights flashing and loud sirens wailing. The fire crew rushed to start work on their tasks. They were dressed in big boots and wore helmets and masks. They hooked up the hoses and ran into the house where they sprayed streams of water in order to douse the table, the curtains, our lovely snack too. Didn't take long before that fire was through. The fire chief called out the door with a shout, "Well, the smoke made a mess, but the fire is out." My poor friend the dragon, though, he knew he was to blame. He hung down his head and wept great tears of shame. One of the fire crew said, "Don't be sad. You knew what to do, and of that we're really quite glad. You all got out safely. That's really what matters." Then she took us to see the big pump truck and all the ladders. The dragon put on a shiny red hat, and I asked to see where the fire crew sat. She showed us the siren, the hoses, the lights, the ladders they climbed to reach higher heights. The rest of the fire crew, they checked out the rooms, while a fan in the door blew out gray smoke and fumes. Then the dragon and I, we sat down for a while. I reached up and hugged him. He gave me a smile. The next time the dragon and I want to play, well, we'll pack up a picnic and go back to the bay. We are friends tried and true, the best we can be, but I'll never ever again invite a dragon for tea. That's our story. What did you think? So you notice 3 important lessons from this story? I think you probably figured out what they are. Well, the first one is when there is a fire, the smoke goes high, so we go low. That's what we call get low and go. Now, you remember when the dragon wanted to go back in for his bear? Oh, you knew that was a bad idea, I'm pretty sure. We say get out and stay out. All those things can be replaced. You can't. The third important thing is, you know how they went to a tree? That's called a meeting place. It can be a tree, it can be mailboxes, street light, neighbor's porch, you name it. Just something that doesn't move, where everybody can get to. Because when we show up to a fire, the very first thing we need to know is everyone out? So then we can start going to the business of putting out the fire. You know, firefighters love to play games. Do you love to play games? Because we have this cool game we want to play. It's called What's Hot, What's Not. Ready? Let's do it. All right, here's how our game works. I have here the tub of mystery. Ooh. Now inside the tub of mystery, there's a few items. I'm gonna pull them out one by one. And all you have to do is, if you think it's something that's hot and could hurt you, you yell, hot. Hot! Okay? If it's something that's not hot and doesn't pose a threat to you, you say, not. Not! Okay, so it's hot. Hot! Or not. Not! Now I have my mask on because I'm here with my friends, the firefighters. They're gonna help us out, okay? Ready? Here we go. Let's start with the first thing. Here we go. Not! That's right. That's not hot. That's a stuffed moose. He's very cute. He's very cuddly. He can't hurt you. Okay, let's take a look here. How about, hot or not? Ready? Ta-da! Not! That's not hot. Probably pretty annoying to your parents and other adults, but this little flute or piccolo, well, I really couldn't hurt anyone. Now inside the box of mystery, I'll give you a little warning, there are some tricky ones, okay? They may not necessarily be hot, but they could still be kind of hazardous. Now here's exactly what I'm talking about. Ta-da! No! The snake. That's right, it's not hot. But if you saw a real snake on the ground slithering around, would you pick it up? I hope not. Because, you know, it's probably harmless, but you don't know that. So you want to leave it be. I don't think it wants to be picked up anyway, quite honestly. So we're going to just, for the sake of the argument, just for the heck of it, we're going to say this is hot, okay? All right, let's see. A lot of stuff in the tub of mystery. Ready? Ta-da! Hot! Excellent. That's right. It's a candle. Now, this is a little tricky because this candle's not on right now, so I mean, it's not hot. But we consider these to always be hot because we don't know that somebody just blew it out and it's still very, very hot, but it doesn't look hot. So we're gonna just say candles, as a rule, are always hot, okay? Very good. Let's see here. This is kind of a fun one here. I don't know what you call it exactly, but hot or not?
Not! Come on, Brady!
That was so good. That's right, not hot. This is just a fun little glove with farm animals on the fingers. Alrighty, let's see here. There are a few more things to check on. Ready?
Not.
You're right. Not hot. It's just a Nerf fruit ball. Not supposed to throw it in the house, so don't tell your parents I just did that, okay? All right. Ready? Hot or not?
Hot!
You're right again. This we're gonna call hot. But right now, it's not hot. But when it's up on the stove, we don't know. Maybe it's hot, maybe it's not. And if the handle's hanging out and we pulled it down, we could really burn ourselves. And that would be very, very painful. We'd hate to have to see you get all burned. So we're gonna say, just because we don't know if it's hot or not, we're gonna say this is hot. Very good. Oh, let's see here. How about that one?
Not.
Ah, that's right. That's not hot. That's Winnie the Pooh. Can't hurt you. Yeah, right. Another tricky one for you. Ready?
Not!
Yeah. It's like, well, it's not hot. But you know, this is a smoke alarm. It's also not a toy, so we still don't play with these. We see these up on the ceiling, and their job is to tell us when there's a fire or smoke. And that way, whoo, loud. That way we know that it's time to get low and go, okay? So very important to have these. And if you don't have these in your home, check with your local fire department. Have your parents check with the local fire department. A lot of them give them away. All right. Ready? This one's going to be really obvious, okay?
Hot!
That's right. A lighter. Hot. You are correct. Very smart. A lighter, along with its friend, the matches, these are not toys. We don't play with these. We don't handle them. We don't have anything to do with them, right? Now, if you see these laying around on the ground in the park, who knows where, do you go pick them up? No, you're right. You tell an adult that you saw these, and they go and take care of them, okay? All right. How about this? Maybe a little hard to see what this is, but it's definitely not hot. That's a hacky sack. Very fun. All right. Getting close to the end. Ready?
Hot!
Aha! You're right. Hot. It's an iron. Now again, it's kind of like the pot. You don't know if it's hot or cold. But it doesn't look any different when it's cold or when it's hot. So it can be very dangerous. You have a little brother or sister crawling around and they pull on the cord. It can fall off the ironing board and hit them on the head. If it's turned on, it can also burn them very badly. So we're gonna call that hot, okay? All right, last one. This is the trickiest of them all, okay? This one's tricky. And I'll tell you right now, it's not hot. But it can also be very dangerous. These are needles, like the shots you would get in the doctor's office. In the doctor's office, these are great. They can be very, very helpful, keep you from getting sick. But on the playground, on the sidewalk, around, these are potentially very dangerous, okay? We don't know what's in them, and they're very sharp. So Same thing with the lighter and the matches. We tell an adult, and then they can go pick them up and take care of this hazard. So that's our game. That's what's hot, what's not. Hope you had fun, and thanks for playing. Well, that's our presentation. I hope you liked it. I wanted to tell you about something. At the end of the school year, in summer, we have this big open house here at Station 61 in Hazeldale. We got free hot dogs and pop and chips and cotton candy. We had demonstrations of the canine dogs and car extrications, all kinds of cool stuff. You get to squirt the fire hose too. So I'd love for you to come and see us, okay? When we get close to the end of the school year, I'm gonna let your teacher know exactly when and where it is. So we'd love to see you here. I hope you enjoyed the video. So stay safe, have fun, and thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.